Love. Hi, this is Dr. John Gray, author of Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. Probably you've read my books or heard about my books. As an expert on relationships, I'm always concerned about things that will make relationships better. And ironically, one of the things I've just learned in the last year is about Isagenix, a very exciting product that will not only help people lose weight, but also improve their relationships. And this is, of course, very exciting to me. Over the 30 years of being a teacher, I've never really endorsed anything. And this is the first product I wholeheartedly endorse, one for a personal reason, which is that I needed to lose weight. And I have to say that when you come back to your ideal weight, you suddenly feel like you felt when you're 35 years old. And that certainly creates the passion you felt at that time. Being 50 years old, I can certainly appreciate the difference now. And my wife is enjoying it, and we're enjoying each other that way even more now. And so are my friends and family, and my patients and clients are all benefiting from this accelerated weight loss program, which is not just about losing weight, but it's about giving our bodies the nutritional support that we need. And what I've seen is besides creating more intimacy and more passion that comes from a healthier body, also our brain begins to function better. And most people don't understand the relationship between what we eat and the way our brain functions and the way our hormones function in our body and how that affects our relationships. Now, certainly in all my Men Are From Mars books and presentations and workshops, I help people to understand that the way we communicate with each other stimulates hormonal responses, which then create lasting romance. For example, the feel-good hormone for women is called oxytocin. That's how women cope best with stress. And I call it the 3 C's. When a woman has the 3 C's in her life, then oxytocin gets stimulated. The first C is communication. The second C is cooperation. The third C is collaboration. When she has a sense that those qualities are infused in her life, her oxytocin levels are up, her sense of well-being increases, and her body's ability to burn fat increases as well. For men, they have other needs. They're more testosterone-oriented, and what research has shown is that a man's sense of well-being is when his testosterone levels are up, and certainly his ability to lose weight is associated with the expression of testosterone for him. This is often why men can lose weight faster as they work out. They can use their muscles, and muscles require testosterone, and motivation and energy comes from testosterone for men, and that helps him to burn fat quicker. So what we want is to have a diet that supports the promotion of these hormones. Women in my classes, of course, learn that when you give a man, when a man has the opportunity for sex, that certainly generates testosterone. When a man feels that he's making a difference in her life, that stimulates testosterone. When a man feels like he takes you on a date and you like the movie, he'll start to feel like, yep, I wrote the movie, I directed the movie, because he provided that for you. That's a stimulation of testosterone inside of him. Whenever he feels like he just made a difference, testosterone gets produced. Now, that's in a healthy individual. But there's another condition for oxytocin to get generated in women and for testosterone to get generated in men, which is not just relationship-oriented, but it's really the foundation. It's biochemical. It's neurological. And that for oxytocin to be generated in women, they need to be having sufficient levels of serotonin. We'll call that high levels of serotonin versus low levels. High levels is really normal for women, but much higher than what a man needs. What men require to experience increased energy and motivation at home and their relationships is high dopamine levels, which is really normal dopamine levels, but compared to what women require, it would be high. And the reason that women tend to have low dopamine and the reason men have low dopamine and women will have low serotonin is because they're not getting the nutritional support in their diet. And what was the exciting byproduct when I began to take and have other people take the Isagenix program, which is a shake and a mineral drink, is that these ingredients taken together in the program stimulate the production of these very important neurotransmitters in the brain. For women, they have increased serotonin. For men, they have increased dopamine. And when you begin the program, besides losing weight, you'll start to experience a sense of well-being. Women who had experienced depression experienced less depression. Men who didn't realize they were missing energy discovered that now they have energy at home. One interesting thing that happens when a man is dating a woman, because it's a challenge to in a sense, win her over and get to know her, and he's very stimulated by that. Dopamine gets produced. But once you settle into the relationship after a few years, the relationship itself doesn't stimulate enough dopamine, so often the man just doesn't have energy at home. He works hard at the office, and he comes home, and he's tired. But what happens is when you have enough dopamine in your brain, you find that you work hard in the office and you have energy, and when you get home and you're relaxed and peaceful, you also have energy to do the little things that you automatically did in the beginning. Likewise, for women, when their serotonin levels are high, they're able to free themselves from the malady that most women experience today in this century, which is in the last decade. I've watched more and more women feel overwhelmed. They feel like there's too much to do and not enough time to do it. They take on too much, and they feel this almost like a compulsion. I have to do this, and I have to do this, and I can't relax. Well, guess what? When serotonin levels go up, they're able to relax, and they're able to begin to enjoy their life and their husband and their relationship in a much more positive manner. So these are some of the extra benefits, which is my excitement about the Isagenix program, is it not only helps us to lose weight, which will certainly stimulate greater romance and passion in a marriage, but it also gives us the neural balance, helps our body generate the neural balance required to sustain good communication and energy and motivation and appreciation and acceptance of each other in a relationship. So hopefully, this information and this insight will help motivate you to begin this program right away and share it with your friends. And rather than even wait until you see if it works, if you're excited about it, share it with a few friends and do it together. Particularly for women, the program will be more effective, from my perspective, if you're sharing it with other women, because this is also going to generate oxytocin, and anything that generates oxytocin is going to fuel both well-being and the fat-burning process of regaining your normal weight and keeping it off. And that's what I'm seeing people experience on a regular basis with this program. So good luck, and may you always grow in health, happiness, and lasting love.